everyone and welcome back. So today I'm going to do like a talk through tutorial, not really a talk through chit chatty type of thing, just going to talk you through the actual makeup that I'm doing. I for years have wanted to do a dark brown smoky eye, but I've never found a brown that I have wanted to use until I got the ABH Alyssa Edwards palette. The color Back Rolls, which is the really dark brown right here, is the brown like that I've been looking for. I mean, I've had plenty of palettes with dark browns, but they've either just been, you know, not pigmented enough, or, you know, they just haven't been that perfect color I've been looking for until I got this palette. So yeah, I know I've been doing a lot of looks with this palette lately, but basically when I sit down and film, this is also pretty much the only time I wear makeup. Sometimes when I'm at work, I will put makeup on, but I don't wear eyeshadow or anything like that. So this is the only times I get to like play around with makeup. So that's another reason why. I mean, maybe the next tutorial or Get Ready With Me I will use a different palette. Actually, I have a different look in mind I want to do, so I will be using a different palette. But today, we're still using the Alyssa Edwards one. I'm sorry guys, I'm still playing around with it, but I also do really like it, so that's why I'm using it. Like usual, I am going to start off by priming my eyes. I am going to do my eyes first just because I'm working with such dark colours. I want to make sure that, you know, it's not going to cover my foundation. It's one thing having fallout from, say, a shimmery white or something like that. I could blend it in to make it look like my blush or my highlighter. But having fallout from like a dark chocolatey brown, like there's no way I can hide that even when I'm tan. So yes, we are priming my eyes. M.A.C Soft Ochre Paint Pot as usual. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use the Back Rolls shade and put it like on my lid and start blending it out. If I want to, I may use a tiny bit of the shade Beast, the black, in my crease. I don't think I want to. I want it to just be very simple dark brown. But first I'm actually going to go in with the color Ho, which is here. I'm just going to use that as a little bit of a transition shade. Not much, because I don't want it to be blending out into that pale khaki color, but this will also just help the rest of the colors blend a little bit easier. You can probably barely even see that, but that's the point. I didn't want that shade to be too bold. This brush is clean. I have wiped it off, but it's got like purple on the end, but oh well. So I'm going to go in with the shade Back Rolls, and I'm going to start like doing the work in my crease first, just little bits at a time, and slowly build up that color. And then I will go in later on and just put the shade on my lid, because I just find this way it's a bit easier. I am just going to place the shade a little bit first, and then I'll start and blend it out. And I have to say, this is a beautiful dark brown. If you are someone that is looking for a really dark brown, I mean, it's a beautiful dark brown for such a mess, but I promise you it's going to be one of those looks that'll just all come together in the end. And honestly, I don't have as much fallout as I thought I would. I mean, just because I'm working with darker colors, that's why I wanted to do my eyes first. I mean, I wasn't expecting much fallout. I mean, it's more shimmery shades I tend to get fallout on, but I have to say, like, this is just a beautiful shade. The same brush. My brushes are filthy, but they are going to get washed tonight, I promise. After this video, I am going to go and wash them. I am going to take the tiniest little bit of Beast, which is the black. Tiny bit, because you guys know I don't work with black that often. I mean, this is pretty much like the darkest shade I use. I don't tend to work with black. But I'm going to just take a little bit, and that's going in my crease and like outer corner. Not enough to make my crease black, but like enough to make it darker a little bit, so that there's a little bit of definition there. Honestly, that's all I'm going to do, because if I keep blending and keep blending, I'm going to go completely overboard. And yeah, it looks real messy and stuff at the moment, but once I've got everything else on, I promise it'll be fine. Okay, so now moving on to foundation. If I can find where my sponge went, here it is. I'm going to use my Chi Chi sponge. Honestly, probably should throw this one out. But I use them till they're literally like torn and falling apart, because it still works totally fine. And yeah, so I'm using the Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation. This is a darker shade. This is in 220. So it's called Natural Beige. So this is kind of exciting because, oh, forgot this brand new bottle. I've never had to go and buy an actual darker shade before, because normally when I tan, I could just get away with using a darker powder, because I used to just use gradual tanners. Oh, that's nowhere near enough. But now that I'm actually like tanning, oh, wrong end. It's a little bit dark, but please keep in mind I am going to be putting another layer on. And yeah, I mean, really, I could just mix in a tiny bit of my white foundation and things like that. Even the other Maybelline Matte and Poreless shade that I use, I can mix that in, mix them together, you know, when my tan starts to fade. My tan around my neck here fades a lot more and a lot quicker because of my like face cleansers and stuff. My actual like face wash does make my tan fade a lot quicker, I have noticed. I've tried to pounce a little bit of foundation over my ears as well, just to make them match a little bit. I really don't like putting foundation and stuff over my ears or even my tanner, and I know that's really weird to have, you know, tan face, tan body and your ears dark white, but I actually have eczema in my ears. So not in my ears as in my ear canals, I mean just in these little bits here and like under there. I actually get like eczema a lot of the time. It's cleared up a little bit at the moment because I've been putting stuff on it, like creams and that on it, and I'm allowed to, I know. But yeah, so I don't like to put stuff on it like that. Yeah, my foundation is too dark. But I'll lighten it up because I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I'm using a lot of Maybelline stuff at the moment. This is probably way too pale, but my dumb brain forgot to pick up a darker shade of this. So this is what we're going with today until I can find a darker shade. That'll have to wait till I get paid on Wednesday. So I'll just use a darker powder under my eyes to darken it a little bit so it's not looking as gross. But I mean, yeah, it's too pale. But yeah, I do love this concealer. It's just a shade at the moment. So I picked up my Maybelline concealer and I was meant to use my Physicians Formula Insta Ready concealer. So whoopsie, I'm gonna like get a little bit of this out and put it over the top because this should be enough. I mean, this is pale enough for me to use now. I mean, it's gonna look too pale anyway because I've used the Maybelline concealer underneath, but that's just fixed it a little bit. So off camera, I'm going to do my brows with my Rimmel Brow This Way brow kit, and I'm going to fix up like my eyeshadow where I got concealer on it, and I will be right back. So the brows are on and they're very bold because this is a bold look, but I love my brows bold anyway. Even if I was just doing like foundation routine, mascara and stuff, I love bold brows. Anyway, now I'm going to move on to bronzer because that's what I'm using, and I can't fully lift this up because it's completely shattered, but I'm going to use my Nars Laguna bronzer. I, honest to God, probably should buy another one of these. I've only got about a third of or a quarter of it left, but it's like shattered completely. This is pretty much the only bronzer I have that's dark enough for me to use when I am this color. So if anyone has any recommendations, even if it's one I already use, just a darker color, you guys could recommend a darker colored bronzer to me, that would be very much appreciated. I like the tones along the lines of this Nars one for when I am tan. I don't know how to describe this, but it's almost like I can bronze and contour with it at the same time when I'm tan like this. On my pale shade, or when I'm just pale, I can't. It is too orangey on me when I'm fair. But this like, it looks like a real natural bronzer when I'm dark like this, which I love. Yeah, I know Nars has like another color called Casino or something like that. Nothing in a palette, but yeah, if you guys could recommend to me a bronzer that I could use when I am really dark, then please let me know, because honestly, like, if I get much darker than this, it won't work. Even a face powder, like, I don't care if you guys like say, oh, I use a face powder instead of a bronzer, just in this certain shade. I mean, that would be really nice. My tanner is a very, pardon me, how do I describe it? It's green based, that's what it's called on the bottle, package, whatever. It says it's green based. And those are the ones I love because it makes me nice and dark, but like not orange. Blush, I'm just going to use this Essence Viva Brazil blush in I Love Brazil #1, because this is again one of the only blushes that goes dark enough for me to use when I am really dark. And I mean, I'm not going to put it on to look like this, just a little bit. This is a matte blush, but when I am darker, I like my blushes to be bright like this. I don't like to be really tan and have that like glowy bronzy look. I know it sounds dumb, but like when I'm dark, I have to put blush on. And I do love this blush anyway, and I do wear it when I'm fair. It's just nice when I'm dark too. Highlighter is next, and I'm going to use Becca's Champagne Pop, because this is like the only opportunity where I get to just use this colour alone, because I never, ever can use Becca Champagne Pop by itself as a highlighter, because it is way too dark. I mean, it's probably still a bit too dark for me now, but I can get away with it. So inner corner and lower lash line. So I think I'll do my inner corner first, because then I just need to brighten up my inner corner. First I'm going to try a bit of my Australis powder to see if that just brightens things up a bit. Yeah, now with a pencil brush, ooh, you can see my mirror. Now with a pencil brush, I am just going to take the Back Rolls shade and smudge this under my eye. Mostly on something that's going to be a bit different. Mostly just on the outer half, and like very gently blending it in. This will keep my eyes from being too closed up and too dark. There we go, and I have decided I'm going to get my little itty bitty brush. Here it is after 20 minutes of searching. I am actually going to get some of the black and like smudge it into my lashes a little bit. I feel like I do need some definition where my lashes are. And there we go, just a little bit like near my lashes itself, and I will put the tiniest bit on my actual lower lashes as well. Normally I'd go all out and put a black liner on, but today I've changed my mind and I'm going to use my Australis just white eyeliner. This is the white one that I have and I love. I'm not going to rub it on for it to be completely stark white, but enough for it to be there. Like, it will fade a little bit in a little while, but it's just there. And the last thing for my eyes is mascara. So okay, this is the combo I use at the moment. I'm going to use the little bit of the Oxx Studio ones on my upper lashes, just to make my lashes look fluffy. Sorry, just to make my lashes look fluffy, and then I'll thicken it up with my Nars Climax. Both of the brushes on those are way too big for me to use on my lower lashes, so I am just going to use my Oxx Volumising Mascara on my lower lashes. It's a little bit excessive, but these two are still totally fine, so I don't want to throw them out, even though they were cheap. I just don't want to throw them out, but also, regardless, if I was just using this, the brush is too big for my lower lashes, so I don't use them. I won't use it on my lower lashes. I will always have another one open for that, and this one's too big for my lower lashes as well. Oh no, 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 no. Oh my god, I just ruined everything. Oh, I'm gonna have to like wait for that to dry and like scrape it off. My God, I am so bad. My mascara and that all done. If I was just going out in public like this, it would be nice, but if I was actually going out, I probably would just put falsies on because the eyeshadow is just so dark. But I love it. And now I'm going to move on to my lips. If I can find where I put my stuff, here it is. I'm going to go with like that nice chocolatey theme as well, but I'm not going to quite go as dark. So the color I love to use on my lips when I'm tan is the e.l.f. matte lip color in Praline. It is gorgeous. I love it on its own and I love to mix it in with things. There we go. I mean, I use these on their own. I use them as lip liners. I mean, these are probably one of my absolute favorite lip products in general. It's a little bit too warm for my eyes, but I'm going to put a tiny bit of this Maybelline lipstick in Purely Nude just over the center. Lipstick's light enough, it almost gives it that ashy tone over the top, and therefore it matches a bit better. Okay, so I've let my hair down and here we are. This is the final look. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. It's a bit of a disaster getting here, but I did it. The look is done and I am in love with it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, the products will be listed in the description box down below along with everything else like my social media sites. So please go check that out. Hit the thumbs up button if you did like it and also the subscribe button while you are down there. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.